Our trip today is to Bernheim Forest, where we are going to go see the giants. Our helpers today were really excited to go see the 3 giants at Bernheim Forest, and they are going to be walking to all the locations, and you'll see what that looks like. We parked in a small area before the visitor center and walked to see Mama Lumari and little Alina by walking through the prairie and over to the road on the other side. And then we crossed the road at the crosswalk, and you can see there's lots of signage telling you which direction to go. And we read each sign to make sure we were going the right direction to see the 2 giants that we had never seen before. The mama and the daughter giant were to our right. So as we were walking along the gravel path, we saw another sign and a large flag. And the sign let us know that we could go straight ahead for the mama giant or to the right again for the daughter giant. And we went to go see the mama. This is Mama Lumari. There's a sign that says, "Please do not climb on her because she has a baby giant in her belly." Here is the story of the giants. It was a cold winter, but the snow felt warm. He woke up with eyes closed and heard himself yawn. His name was Isaac Heartstone. On mountain top of them all, a name they gave him as small. Now he was 36 feet tall. Still a young giant, only 700,051 years. Already a father to 2. Full of eyes, full of tears. Full of love he was, but felt alone on the mountain. So he walked onto the forest, and in the forest he found them. His 2 beautiful children, little Alina and little Nis, and their Mama Lumari, a big hug and a kiss. They spent the winter together while the weather got better. Alina looked at the sky. From the sky fell a feather. It was a sign of good luck in a fertile forest, where every being had a place from the smallest to tallest. They made a circle of life. They would soon have a brother. It's good luck for a baby when it sleeps in the mother. Some of wood, some of stone, some of sun, some of seeds, some of quartz, some of leaves, and what fell from the trees. A dragon skull he found 200,000 years ago. It was a symbol of strength so the baby would grow. But now the ice was melted and Isaac looked to the mountain. He knew he had to go back and put his big arms around them. A hug and a kiss. Nis Alina Lumari. "I'll be back again soon," he yelled, walking the prairie. That fairy tale and the giants were created by Thomas Dambo, the artist, and you can find more about him online. The circle behind Lumari has the dragon skull that's also made out of wood. And after we checked out all the little pieces of the art exhibit there, we went over to see little Alina, which is right over by the lake.
Right there.
These trails were pretty accessible. They were gravel most of the way. There was a few parts that were paved, but mostly it was gravel, and they stayed pretty flat except for a couple different small slopes. And there were a couple bridges to cross that were made of wood. So after following the signs and walking the path, crossing the bridge, checking out the cool views of the lake, we finally made it over to little Alina. So she appears to be playing with some rocks and lining them up and making a pattern with her giant rocks. And this is a fun opportunity to take a picture and to walk and balance on the rocks. So we took some time to do that. And I noticed that if you got really up close to the rocks, you could see lots of fossils in them. So these rocks must be really old.
What do you want to do?
See another giant.
Let's go.
On our way to go see the last giant, we walked around the Lake Nevin Loop so we could see more of the lake and extend our trip a little bit longer. This was a really beautiful day, and the weather was just perfect for being outdoors. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cool. Perfect May weather. So here we are, just enjoying our time, checking out the dam that keeps the water in the lake and seeing it flow out the spillway, and then posing for some pictures and seeing some pretty pictures of nature. There's a little gazebo area that you can rent out. We went past that towards the quiet garden, and we saw some mushrooms, really large ones actually, that were underneath a spice bush. Then we made our way back towards the visitor center, where there is another little pond and our last giant, Little Nests. This is the giant that you can see from the visitor center road as you're driving in to Bernheim. So he's right by the pond, and he seems to be looking at himself in the reflection of the water. We took a picture under his armpit, and we really loved taking photos next to all the giants, and hope that you enjoyed seeing them with us, and hope that you get a chance to go out there in person and see them for yourself. Bye, Crusaders.